Hello, 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 and welcome to ER, Emotional Response Podcast. This is Life Coaching with Ink, back with you another week. We had the pleasure of having a special guest last week, Mrs. Sugar, and educating kids on affirmation. Now moving along with a more hotty, spicy topic, we have the pleasure of having Kadeem on the show today.
Hello.
Hi, Kadeem. How you doing today?
I'm good.
That's good. So the topic today we're going to talk about is Black women and their attitude, which is definitely a topic under emotional wellness, especially for the Black community. And having the pleasure of having a Black male leader that has interactions with women from across the world is who can better dialogue about the topic.
Okay.
So, Kadeem.
All right. So the topic is, about Black women, and I dated a lot of Black women that felt like they had attitudes where it's like you just gotta understand who they are and accept them for who they are instead of changing who you are. So I dated a lot of girls that I would break up on just because of that, just because of like I can't deal with the attitude. It's extra baggage. I look at it like it's extra baggage, and guys, we deal with that from all different types of women, like all different places, you go to the grocery store, you go to the KFC, you order some food, and it's like you can hear the attitude over the phone different from when you call what's it called, Chick-fil-A. It's like a little different. It's they're nice to you, and so a lot of guys nowadays, we're trying to venture off to different women because Black women gotta get a control of that. What did you think?
Quick question. When you say that you dated women with attitudes, did they have the attitude initially, and was that a turn on? Because is it a certain appeal to it? Because I still find even with my friends that are Black females, they think it's cute, you know what I mean, almost to say, and they know it to a certain degree it's going to draw some level of attention in the man enough to want them to talk to them.
I feel like it's toxic. That's the attitude thing. It's just so toxic. It's like a trait that just needs it's not cute at all. It's not cute, and only a young, immature guy would think that's okay, but a grown man that knows what he wants and has things to offer is not going for that at all. So me being someone in that category, I don't want to deal with nobody like that. I don't want to because that attitude is first of all, waking up every day and having an attitude for no apparent reason is just a part of you. That means majority of the times we're going to be having arguments. And that's probably why majority of the times there's a lot of domestic situations, because as a man, you don't want your woman to be, trying to be the man and try, some women, their attitude come off like a little manly, like you're challenging your man. So it's like, men don't want that. So, we try to venture off to maybe a white woman or a Spanish woman, but sometimes the Spanish woman is just there, but they're just kind of like the Black woman too. But, not to I don't want to sound like I'm, bashing, Black women or anything like that. I love my Black woman, but we got to do better. Y'all got to do better, I should say.
We got to do better, yeah. I would agree, and that's the reason why this topic is so important, because I feel like in our attempts to have relationships, we think the problem is other people when the problem is ourselves and how we view and just our makeup and saying, oh, okay, attitude is cool. Like, this is cool. Like, I remember, like, I used to be a big fan of basketball when Kobe was in. And a lot of people didn't like Kobe because of off court. He just had like this arrogant attitude. And I was like, I found it so necessary because as soon as he get on the court, he is like dogmatic, killing it. You know what I mean? With the points and everything like that. So in that realm, I felt like attitude was beneficial and necessary. But when it comes to interacting and connecting with your counterpart, somebody that you want to romantically be with, I think it becomes a problem.
That's the thing, though. It's not even the fact that it's not even only like in a relationship, because like I said, you could just call a chick on the phone at the pizza store and she's black, and you could automatically know she black just because of the attitude. And that's a problem, because it's like, I don't want to like look at my race like that. I don't want to, I don't want to feel like I can't do business with black people because it's, it's like always an argument or always something, like I don't want to argue with you about ordering my pizza. Like, I'm just trying to order a pizza. This is a business. This is something that you're supposed to take serious because it's your income. So the fact that you can't even put your, personality to the side just to make your money, that's a problem. That means it's really taking over you. You can't even put it to the side. So it's like, it's really crazy. I really don't understand that. Like, we're supposed to be putting on, when you go on an interview, you're not about this, you about the lady, the person that's interviewing you, they probably ask you a question like, what makes you want to work here? You're not going to, show your real personality and say, what you mean why I want to work here? Like, what kind of stupid question? Like, you ain't going to say no stuff like that. So if you at a business place, you're supposed to keep that same business demeanor and still, keep a professional, demeanor about yourself. And that'd be the problem. That's what we're talking about here.
No, I agree. I totally agree. And I totally find it unnecessary. And we have to, just by having this discussion, be the change and say, like, okay, you hear it from the male perspective, how men view it. Plain and simple. It's not attractive. It's unappealing. What was that movie? Shallow Hal. And remember how you added.
I'm bad with movie names. I'm sorry.
But I remember that movie. It was Shallow Hal, and how however you were in the inside, that's how you were viewed on the outside. And they had this like real pretty girl, but in the inside, she just had a horrible attitude. And because of that attitude, she just looked like she was old and decrepit and stuff like that. The girl that was really fat, she had an excellent attitude. So on the outside, you saw her as this beautiful dime piece. You know what I mean? And so it was called Shallow Hal.
That's crazy. Look it up.
I watched it a couple of times because it's funny. It's a comedy and stuff. But the analogy is true. And what you had said before, Drake came out with a line. What did he say?
So he said, pretty brought me ugly lessons.
Pretty brought you ugly lessons.
Yeah, it's very true. Like, basically, like, a woman could be pretty, but that don't mean she has a good personality. She's probably, 9 times out of 10, the prettiest women, to be honest, in my opinion, the prettiest women, they have the shittiest attitudes, and they be the one that's out here, doing the worst things. If you look, not to be, explicit or anything, but you look at porn, like, they're the ones that's on there. I mean, you don't see too many, like, ugly chicks on there. I mean, so it's like, the pretty women, they be having the attitudes. They be the one that feel like they better than people and all that. So,
But the question is they better?
Nah.
Because, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Pretty
a guy.
but you ugly lessons.
I didn't seen a guy like see a girl walking across the street and he'll cater to making sure she's all right, and then the average girl will walk across the street and he'll be like, man, you ain't paying no mind.
Well, that's for the man that don't really have control, like the man that don't really have control of his thoughts and know the difference between these women.
So we can actually say that black women with attitudes is almost like a juvenile stance.
True. Yeah. Not 100% though, because there's some older women that's like that too.
But older doesn't mean mature.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not like it's not only like, so what you asked me was juvenile stance, right? Mm-hmm. And you meant younger when you said juvenile, right?
Like juvenile in your ways, not in your age, more
okay.
so. Like,
okay.
Like, you ever came across like an older man and he's still stuck at 21.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you then. Yeah.
He don't know how to move like past it, and it's almost like you had to have that attitude. Like one time I remember I was down Georgia and I had to rent a car, and I was at the car place and I was talking to the guy, and when I was talking to him, he was like typing up all my information. He was like, "You from Philly?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, I was like, "What's wrong with that?" He was like, "It's just weird because how you act versus how I've experienced women from Philly act is totally different." I said, "How so?" He said, "Usually women from Philly have an attitude." He said, "You're chipper, you're talking to me and everything like that." So maybe our attitude comes from
Philly.
Philly, and maybe
too. Yeah,
the hardness of the North.
That's a thing too. Yeah, that might be a thing. That might definitely be a thing because
like even sometimes, like when a girl walk past a group of guys, right? She almost have to have a hard persona so that guy don't go too far. You know what I mean? Like you could say how you doing, and then we
don't like that either. Like y'all never should feel like you should need to put on a hard persona. Like that's unattractive because you might push the wrong guy, the good guy away. Because a good guy, a good guy is a good guy. We don't like. I'm saying we because I'm a good guy, but we don't want like no extra, nothing extra. We just want you. Don't come with no extra stuff. Like just come with you. Like so, like like the hard persona. It's like we're supposed to be that. So now it's like I'm fighting with you. We both trying to play this role. We both trying to be the same person, but which can't happen. You can't be me. I can't be you. I'm supposed to be the man, the strong one. The tough one, the one that's supposed to be there to tell you things are going to be okay, and and tell you that I'm here to protect you and keep you safe and everything. And I don't need you to be sitting here trying to hide your emotions and try to act like things don't hurt when I'm supposed to be the one that fix it. You understand? So yeah.
No, that makes total sense because I think the lines had blurred, and I don't know whether it was like battle rap, where the girls is doing battle rap, but I think that hard persona
that definitely played a big. Oh my God,
that's the first thing that pops in my head when you say that.
Yeah, that definitely plays a big role because these women nowadays they talking about shooting dudes and all that. They talking about guns.